After the 2008 financial crisis, buying a home seems like a riskier investment than ever before. Even the prices for modest houses are rising exponentially, with no end in sight. But for a handful of global billionaires, luxury homes are a matter of habit. While these homes won't be attainable for the average person anytime soon, it's fun to dream about the lifestyles they would afford. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most expensive homes in the United States. This Bel Air house is by far the most expensive in the United States. It went on the market in August 2017 for the astronomical asking price of $350 million. That's a full $100 million more than the next most expensive house in the States, also found in Bel Air. The property is known as Chartwell, and it's set to hit the market for $350 million. The estate of the late Univision chairman Gerald Perenchio sits on more than 10 acres with a main house that measures 25,000 square feet. The property also includes a ballroom, a wine cellar, and a period-paneled dining room, according to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, who were marketing the property. The exterior of the home had 15 minutes of fame when it was used in shots of the hit TV sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies. While estate agents applaud its audacity, many quietly believe the home won't find a buyer at that exorbitant price. Still, few dispute the appeal of its location. Bel Air, the West Side neighborhood of Los Angeles, is famous for its opulence. The neighborhood is home to some of the city's wealthiest names in finance, sports, and movies. At present, the area is home to at least a dozen properties with price tags above $20 million. According to real estate website Trulia. The late billionaire Jerry Perenchio got his start in music and sports promotion and climbed the corporate ladder before founding Univision in 1992. Since then, he became a media mogul and passed away in May 2017, leaving one of the world's most amazing homes in his wake. By a sizable margin, this is the second most expensive home in the United States. It took real estate legend Bruce Makowsky and a team of 300 more than 4 years to renovate this property, which went on the market in 2017 for a phenomenal $250 million. Makowsky said that he was inspired after spending time on mega yachts, whose price tags range from $200 to $300 million. Makowsky has a history of flipping lackluster mansions into major cash cows, but this is his biggest gamble yet. Mostly he's betting on the fact that someone will enjoy the eccentricities he's provided. This includes such luxuries as $30 million worth of luxury cars, a priceless art collection, a 4-lane bowling alley, custom-built glass pool tables and ping-pong tables, a candy wall, and the largest residential television in the world, which is 30 feet wide. And that's just the outdoor TV, which is placed at the end of an infinity pool, looking out over Los Angeles. Nearby is one of the most advanced home theaters ever built, a $2 million James Bond-themed screening room with 40 reclining seats made from handcrafted Italian leather, and a 22-foot screen and a sound system with 57 speakers and 16 subwoofers. As part of the price, Makowsky will also pay for the home's full-time staff of 7, including a chef, chauffeur, and masseuse, for 2 years. Holmby Hills is a neighborhood in Westwood, a small area in Los Angeles. It is one of the most expensive zip codes in the world and has been home to hundreds of celebrities over the last century, including Humphrey Bogart, Walt Disney, Frank Sinatra, and Bing Crosby. Though their names may not be as recognizable, Aaron and Candy Spelling were 2 other Holmby Hill residents who exercised enormous power in Hollywood. Spelling's past shows include Charlie's Angels, Love Boat, Dynasty, Beverly Hills 90210, and Seventh Heaven. At the time of his passing, Spelling had an estimated net worth of well over $600 million. Although he was extremely shy in real life, Spelling decided to build the most ostentatious house LA had ever seen. The 123-room behemoth included a screening room, gym, bowling alley, 3 rooms for wrapping presents, 4 2-car garages, tennis court, and several pools. The house was very controversial among neighbors as it dwarfed even the most impressive mansions for miles around. After Spelling died in 2003, the house was sold to 23-year-old socialite Petra Stunt. When Aaron's widow Candy passed away in 2017, the house went on the market for an unbelievable $200 million. This is another Holmby Hills mansion with a slew of famous past residents, ranging from Tony Curtis to Cher. It was first built in 1937 and has had many owners over the years. The 12,000 square foot Tuscan-style mansion was designed by architect Robert D. Farquhar. It has 8 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a tennis court, a pool house, and a swimming pool. In 1967, Sonny Bono and Cher attended a birthday party at the estate. Cher fell in love with the house, but the current owner refused to sell his beloved Carolwood. But when he began filming in London a few years later, he called Cher. She and Sonny Bono purchased the estate and she began an extensive design project. This began its tenure as the Owlwood Estate. Since then, it has changed hands many times and augmented in price frequently. When Owlwood sold in September 2016 for $90 million, it was the second largest sale ever in Los Angeles County history. But now, only a year later, it is back on the market for nearly twice the asking price, $180 million. The strange thing is, there are no discernible changes to the home, prompting the question, why is the price increase so steep? If the seller does succeed in finding a buyer, it would shattered the record set by the $100 million sale of the Playboy Mansion to Darren Metropolis last summer. This 63-acre waterfront property is one of the most scenic on Earth. This particular house was built in 1905 and boasts 9 bedrooms, 15-foot ceilings, 7 fireplaces, views of the Long Island Sound from almost every room in the house, in addition to a private beach and yacht basin. Other amenities include 10 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and a grand total of 13,107 square feet for the main house alone. This is on top of substantial stable and equestrian facilities, including a polo field and an indoor ring, plus additional dwellings, beach house, and boathouse. The 63-acre island is connected to the mainland by a narrow bridge, but once you're on the property, you have total privacy. Unlike many houses on this countdown, this house has been in the same family since the 1800s. It was purchased by 19th century industrialist William Ziegler, who made most of his money manufacturing baking powder. Since then, it has stayed in his family, who reportedly only use it as a summer home. Its list price is an astonishing $175 million. This seems like a fair price considering it was the house which F. Scott Fitzgerald modeled Gatsby's house after in the eponymous Great Gatsby. One can certainly understand how the author was inspired by this amazing private island. Gloria Guinness was one of the 20th century's most prominent celebrities. She was a socialite, model, and fashion designer. She rubbed elbows with Truman Capote, Henry Miller, and Gucci Gucci, and even worked as a spy for the US government for a period. She amassed a huge fortune over her career and invested much of it in a secluded Miami mansion, dubbed the Manalapan Mansion, or Gemini. Today, Gemini is a 16-acre compound spanning the barrier island from the Atlantic Ocean to Lake Worth, with its own 1,200-foot-long beach, 2 practice golfing greens, a miniature golf course with a model train set running through it, an elaborate treehouse, and a 62,200-square-foot main house. Various outbuildings and guest cottages, along with space for staff quarters, including a manager, together create a compound designed to host a lot of friends and family there at the same time. In addition, the property has a swimming pool, PGA standard golf area, regulation tennis court, half basketball court, fitness center, and spa. The house is also located directly on the Gulf Stream, meaning that it benefits from its own microclimate, keeping it warm, comfortable, and balmy all year round. The asking price? A cool $165 million. It seems that the ultra-rich like to stick together. They congregate in neighborhoods around the country, but some epicenters of wealth are even more opulent than others. Of these, the Hamptons is very near the top of the list. The area is home to the Koch brothers and the CEOs of Citibank, Chase, and Merrill Lynch, just to name a few. But even in the company of billionaires, there's one house that puts the rest to shame. The property at 1080 Meadow Lane in Southampton has an asking price of $150 million, which is just $5 million more than the $145 million asking price for Ladune, the next most expensive Hampton property. With 20,000 square feet of living space on 14 acres, the oceanfront estate was built in 1994 and has 700 feet of direct oceanfront across 3 separate lots, unlike Ladune, which is on a single lot. There's also a bay front lot. The main house stands 12,000 square feet with 12 bedrooms, 12 full bathrooms, an indoor pool, outdoor pool, pool house, tennis court, tennis house, 2 golf greens, and golf house. There are 3 private walkways to the ocean. $150 million might seem like an outrageous amount of money for a single home, but in this case, your neighbors would be some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in the world. West Creek Ranch is a 6,600-acre working ranch in Emigrant, Montana that is bordered by the Yellowstone River and Gallatin National Forest, only 22 miles from the north entrance to the Yellowstone National Park. West Creek Ranch offers a spectacular setting to meet, play, or simply relax in America's Big Sky Country. The property offers whitewater rafting, hiking, canyoneering, trail riding, and golf, all within the confines of the massive ranch. In addition, the ranch has access to a bear and mountain lion habitat, real dinosaur footprints, and the historic ruins of Driggs Mansion. The main residence features exquisite finishes and craftsmanship throughout more than 22,000 square feet of indoor living space that includes 8 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms on 4 levels, an 800-pound capacity elevator servicing all 4 levels, a great room, formal dining room, breakfast room, chef's kitchen, spacious study with panoramic views, art studio, theater room, game room, gym, staff quarters, pool and spa, 4 water fountains, 6 fireplaces, a 2-level circular stone library, modern and efficient geothermal heating and cooling, an emergency power generator, a 5-car garage, a helipad, and all furnishings. Also included are irrigated equestrian and bison pastures, fishing ponds, helipad, astronomical observatory, and trout stream. This property truly is one of the finest properties in the States, thus justifying its $149 million price tag. 74-year-old billionaire James Clark is the man behind Netscape, WebMD, and various other well-known businesses. His various ventures have earned him well over $2 billion, meaning that he can have his pick of any home in the world. After paying $11 million for a Palm Beach estate, he's flipping it for the asking price of $137 million. The residence is landmarked by the town of Palm Beach. The 1930s Italian Renaissance mansion measures about 60,350 square feet, with 6 bedrooms, 2 elevators, and a 50-foot living room with an elaborately carved wooden ceiling. The 5.14-acre property spans the barrier island of Palm Beach, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to Lake Worth Lagoon. On the ocean side of the property, Mr. Clark built a 2-bedroom beach house with a waterfront infinity swimming pool. On Lake Worth, he constructed a 2-bedroom boathouse with electric trolleys for his 2 antique speedboats. Most of us won't have the capital to snap this property up, but you have to admit it seems pretty appealing. We've already mentioned the Hamptons on this countdown, and it's no surprise that another property made its way onto our top 10. Briar Patch at 90 Briar Lane lies on a quarter-mile of waterfront on East Hampton's Georgica Pond. The property includes a 10,000-square-foot main house as well as a 4-bedroom guest house. The main home was originally built in 1931. Star architect Peter Marino spent 2.5 years renovating it. Details include 2-foot-wide reclaimed floorboards, handmade wallpaper, and hand-stenciled ceilings. Each of the ground floor rooms feature French doors with large porches. In addition, Briar Patch has a sunken tennis court, a pool and hot tub, and a gym on the 3rd floor of the main home that overlooks the ocean. The grounds include many trees as well as a private pond. This is a house with all-star amenities and an excess of character. You can imagine why the owners put it on the market for a sizable $140 million asking price. As with many of these homes, they haven't found a buyer yet, but the Briar Patch estate is sure to make one lucky billionaire very happy.